Well, to be honest, I don't feel really safe in the UK, but this will not deter myself from continuing the advocacy effort, continuing to advocate for more human rights and democracy, as well as reducing the dependency on the Chinese market. Because this is something that we should do. Sometimes we have to take the pain if we want to achieve something. When the so-called enemy or when the goal is the Chinese Communist Party, this seems invincible. But that means that we have to take the great pain. So that's why I'm not scared at all. Well, this is a quite worrying incident because it may mean a new chapter of a series of arrests in Hong Kong. Especially from my personal experience 3 years ago when I got my first warrant, a number of people, more than maybe 5 people, were arrested in 2 to 3 days. So they may happen, more may come in Hong Kong. But having said that, it will not deter myself from, or maybe even other activists from continuing voicing out for Hong Kong. And I pray for their safety. I hope that they could return home safely. Rather, I would say that this is an opportunity to talk about the physical or the actual risk of transnational repression going on in the UK, or even beyond the UK, for example, in other democratic countries like Australia or the US. Because, well, for the last few years, I've been voicing out, talking about the same issue, trying to speak to different parliamentarians, trying to speak to the Home Office. But to be honest, I don't get much response from parliamentarians and no response from the UK police as well as Home Office. So maybe this is a way that the UK government will start waking up.
I don't think I'm facing the immediate risk of arrest because I'm living in UK. As long as I'm not back to Hong Kong, I will not be arrested. Of course, I have to be more careful. For example, when I am taking any transiting flight in different countries, I have to care about what kind of relationship of those countries with Chinese government, whether they have that kind of extradition agreement with Hong Kong government. And I'm also worried about this kind of arrest warrant might trigger and mobilize the so-called, little planes to intimidate me and to harass me. And that was what happened before. I will not be afraid of this kind of intimidation. If I stop because of the fear, it will only encourage the Chinese government to do more intimidation, more arrest warrants, to silence the overseas activities, and also to make the chilling effect among the diaspora community.